Hi, I'm Hanokh,
And this is Lacandor.
and this is...
Comic book night.
Had to think about it there for a second.
Yeah, maybe.
Is this slowness going to plague us through the entire broadcast, or just the beginning?
Oh, probably the whole thing.
We could do it again. We could always dub this out in editing.
Yeah, no, that's a pain.
All right, so another Wednesday, another comic book, plus on that.
Yes.
And so I believe, though, we have some exciting comic book news. I think the first piece of news is we're going to get really meta here. I have comic book news about comic book news. Comics Alliance had a post on their website that's been down for a month, which was one of our favorite places to get comic book news. Had a winky face, a winking face, and had like the last panel from Batman: The Dark Knight Strikes Back, and they might be coming back.
They posted the pit from Dark Knight Rises.
Oh, did they? Was that
Yeah,
today?
yeah.
Oh, huh.
So they are climbing back to the top.
Comic books.
Yeah, I forgot to put that on my news list.
Well, luckily, I'm here to save you from your stupidity.
Oh yeah, so lucky.
Just
Um,
thank me later.
all right, so the next piece of news I have written down, I guess I can combine the two of these together. I got new pictures up of a new Batman villain named, I forgot.
Oh,
There's the slowness for you.
are they,
Wrath. He's called Wrath.
oh.
He
So,
is
well,
anti-Batman. Dresses like Batman, has Batman gadgets, except his are lethal.
is he supposed to be like an Azrael anti-hero or full-out bad guy?
Bad guy.
It's kind of like the prankster, isn't it?
Evil version of the Batman.
It's not really very original, but let's see if they can execute it right.
And then the other one they had pictures up for was pre-draws of the new Cyborg Superman.
Yay, more Superman.
Well, yeah, they got all those Superman comic books coming out, so, you
Right.
know.
Well, actually, Superman Unbound, I believe, has a decent staff on it, so I can't pass judgment on it until I read the first issue.
Action Comics has been good lately.
It has been good lately. We'll see how that lasts.
The next bit of news I've got here is Jeff Johns ends his run on Green Lantern. What did it say, like 9 years he's been doing it? Over
I think
100 issues?
actually, I think it was eight. Uh,
Well, 8 is like 9.
Eight is like nine, but it isn't nine. It's somewhere. It was under a decade, over a half decade.
You know, a long time for someone to be on a comic book.
That's right, and for it not to be canceled by DC. Oh,
But he's going to be moving over to Justice League of America.
yeah, we saw a lot of JLA nods this week, so I'm assuming that they're going to keep prepping for that to try to drum up sales since they're bringing on the magic of Jeff Johns.
Well, they're going to be, part of the Trinity War here, so.
Right, right. We'll see how that goes.
And then my last bit of news was Batman Arkham Origins. Apparently it's Batman Arkham Asylum with a new prequel storyline that takes place several years beforehand.
Right. It seems like, from what I'm telling, it's a big thing because there's a new developer for this game, but it looks like they're pretty much keeping everything great about the Batman game that we've had so far, and just upgrading the detective modes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited for it. It looks like that the new developers are not really going to tweak anything too heavy. That was great about the other games. I'm excited for that new investigative mode. They talked about it. Apparently, you'll be able to, like, using bat computer magic, rewind a crime scene. And they gave the example in the demo I was reading about where you have to trace back the trajectory of, like, a bullet that gets shot to take down an airplane. and first you have to determine that the airplane was shot, and then you follow the trajectory back. So that was the one thing that I
No.
thought was a little bit that they've steadily been improving in each game, but was still a little bit weak in the Arkham City game was the detective element.
Well, that was kind of what you did when you did the Deadshot quest line, was follow the bullet path back.
Right, but it looks like but this whole like that was just one example of it. But apparently each crime scene, like I don't think it's gonna be for every crime scene, but for the storyline stuff, it's gonna be a little bit more detective-y. I kind of like. I enjoy that element.
Right.
So with that, I believe we have comic books to talk about, and definitely do we have comic books to talk about this
There were
week.
there were a lot this week, like 14 of them.
Yeah, a lot of garbage too, but we'll get to that. So what do we
Oh,
got
I'm
there?
sorry, 16 of them.
Oh, well, 14's like 16, so
14 is like 16.
there you go. Everything is like everything else, apparently. You know,
Uh,
failure is just success rounded down. I learned that from Diaper Comics.
what did I read today? Failure is just a chance to learn.
Was that like in a motivational poster?
Oh,
Hey, I know where that wasn't posted. The CNN comments on an article.
I'd tell you, but it belongs to a YouTube channel, and I was reading the comments in the YouTube channel.
Oh, man. That's probably the nicest YouTube comment that's ever existed.
Well, I think they were making fun of the dude's comments in his YouTube video. So,
Uh, all right, then.
all right. So our first comic is All Star Western.
Apparently they decided to continue doing the Arkham Jonah Hex thing, but swap out Arkham for Booster Gold and change it from Gotham, and I'm totally okay with that.
Booster Gold is so funny.
They really get along well together. They really mesh well, and I really enjoy that.
My favorite part was, of course, at the end when he's like, "What are you gonna do? Walk in there and take the gold out?" And then he walks in there and turns out he's bulletproof.
Turns out I'm bulletproof. Huh.
Booster just carries the gold back out.
When he gets out, he thinks he got away safe, and they all shoot him. And then he finds out he's bulletproof. Then he says, "I'm taking this horse and this gold, and stop being bad. And I'm going to arrest you all." And then he just, rides away. And they're just like shocked by this.
Yeah, and then you had the crazy duo that led the place, that chick carving her initials on his chest.
Well, it's All-Star Western.
Well, I think she was going to carve her whole name, but they didn't get past the D. So,
Right. Well, they're serious business.
and then we had the Stormwatch backup.
I really enjoy the Stormwatch backups. This one had the whole team together. You had Adam 1, the supernatural expert who doesn't believe in the supernatural,
Dr. 13.
Dr. 13, the Century Girl who could control, was it electricity, right?
Uh, Steam, isn't it?
So it was, I don't know, I can't remember.
She's
At
she's Steam.
Steam, yeah, for that century. And then I feel like we're forgetting one other member of the team.
The
The gunslinger guy.
Yeah, the gunslinger guy.
That was his title, gunslinger or gunnist or something like that.
Something like that. The only true cowboy.
Down Aztec vampires.
Uh, and by the only true cowboy, I mean an unscarred version of Jonah Hex.
Right. Really, he really was like Jonah Hex, except he wasn't as talkative as Jonah Hex is.
When he started talking and he had the exact same speech pattern as Jonah Hex, I'm like, you guys didn't even try.
Maybe they're related.
It was good though. I'll be excited to see where they go with this vampire thing. I liked they brought Dr. 13 as bait.
Why did they bring? She's like, why did you bring Dr. 13 to begin with, mate?
And now that I have this relic of ultimate power and the blood of a virgin, and she's sucking the blood out of Dr. 13.
Oh, poor guy. Uh,
That's
oh,
Adam one for you.
just as planned. It was, or Merlin, as he's also known.
Right.
But yeah, it was a great comic. I enjoyed it, and
Oh, me too.
I'm excited to see Jonah Hex in the future.
Yes. Then next we had Aquaman, which for me was strange because it was
It was
Aquaman sending people on a mission and then not being in the rest of his own comic.
so we got some Aquaman shows up to the others, who I love by the way when they were introduced
They are awesome.
8 comics ago. I remember reading that and going, man, they did in one comic. They introduced a whole nother team in one comic, and they had more character development than the entirety of Justice League. Uh,
Or
and,
the Flash.
and still at this point, I would say. But yeah, it was like Aquaman shows up and goes, yeah, I got some serious stuff going down in my comic. Got like an Atlantean war brewing, stopping these people, these guns. So I'm gonna put you guys on a mission. You guys mind, fetching things for me? Sure, Aquaman, we're buddies.
Yeah, it was really good. It was the Outsiders versus Skinwalkers. Um, I like the old dude. Uh, I think he was new.
No, he was in the previous one because they were in that airship in that one too.
Yeah, see, my brain is frazzled. I don't remember him at all.
I do. I remember him and his grandson. But yeah, he was great.
I remember the chick with the Jaguars.
Right.
Um, she's been there a couple of times though.
Yep.
And I like the Indian girl with the walking halfway between the living and the dead. She was pretty awesome.
It did seem that forced for a shaman. Like it didn't really feel like they were playing into the whole Indian shaman stereotype.
Like the buffalo-headed guy in Firestorm.
Oh yeah, like him. I will take you down again using my mystic powers.
Yeah, but it was really good. I really enjoyed that comic.
It was a great comic.
And then next we have the opposite of great, Batman Incorporated.
What do I say about this? We had Japanese Batman, which of all the Batmans I've seen so far, I think is my least favorite.
Now, we didn't just have Japanese Batman. We had parody of Bruce Wayne dating parody of Black Canary.
I didn't really get a Bruce Wayne vibe off of him.
He looked just like a young Bruce Wayne. Like
Yeah.
they didn't even try to make their people look Japanese.
Oh yeah, no. I get you that on the art. Okay, I see what you're saying about the art. I thought you were talking about personality.
No,
That was
yeah, I am that too. He was kind of like a young Bruce Wayne.
young Bruce Wayne persona.
Yeah,
I don't know about that.
Bruce Wayne, not Batman.
No, I understand what you're saying. I understand exactly what you're saying. I still don't know if I could give you that one. But I
Like
definitely give you
Green
that
Arrow then.
they looked about as Japanese as I do, so you know.
Wait, I thought you were Japanese.
Oh yeah, of course. At least Grant Morris isn't offensive enough to like paste tape on their eyes or something.
I don't know. Some of those jokes that were in there were pushing it.
The banter was mostly junk, except for the Doctor Who joke.
That was pretty raunchy.
Actually, that was a surprisingly raunchy Doctor Who joke. Uh, but yeah, so the whole storyline of what was it? Nanotech wearing failed experiments of Leviathan motorcycle chicks.
It was chicks who were hired to take the motorcycle racing scene by storm using special nanotech helmets that would allow them to link with their bike and see 360 degrees. It turned out that the nanotech helmet would deform them,
Right.
and then the project was canceled, and they were apparently left with all the technology, and so they joined Leviathan and turned into angry killers.
Well, they were part of Leviathan before that, because they said they were supposed to be the public face of Leviathan.
I didn't remember that part.
They did. It was in the motorcycle flashback that you're referring to. Totally remember that. But yeah, so then Leviathan abandoned them, and now they formed up with what's her name, like Tiger Punch or something like that.
Oh, I forgot about her. Tiger something or another. Tiger
Punch,
uppercut.
It was something really stupid. They team up with her, and apparently fake Japanese Batman and fake Canary have to stop them. from stealing the MacGuffin. And it turns out that the thing was mostly useless anyway. He's like, I got 5 of these in my base. Then why'd you? I was like, you're making fun of these people, but they actually took you down. So,
Let's see.
like how easily they stole his belt.
Right. I was flipping through here trying to see what the name of this tiger uppercut chick is.
Take a flip through then for a second.
I am. I don't remember when she said what her name was. It must have been back here.
I'm sorry, what was the last thing you said?
That was me thinking.
Oh. Hamster spinning in its wheel?
Yeah. Well, it's getting pretty late, and I did work today, so.
That implies you have a job that requires effort.
Lecturing for 2+ hours is effort.
Oh no, not 2+ hours. Whatever will you do?
The head administrator.
It's tutoring on Tuesday, so you don't get to...
Test.
All right, so...
I can't fight her name. I'm just going to call her Tiger Uppercut.
I call her Tiger...
Tiger Fist. It's just Tiger Fist. Lady Tiger Fist.
Punch. I was close. I'm calling her Tiger Punch from now on. It reminds me of Falcon Punch from Super Smash Brothers.
What comic had the lion centaur guy?
Oh God, wasn't that Green Arrow? No, no, that wasn't Green Arrow. Deathstroke?
Nightwing, maybe, or
Nightwing. He's dealing with
no. Was it Batwing with the new Batwing?
Yes, it was the new Batwing. It was the new Batwing.
I want to see these two as the new couple.
Oh man, if only the DC universe revolved around their romance as much as they do. Just keep getting referenced in every comic. How dangerous it is that Tiger Punch and Lion Man have joined up together.
Because they'll have ligers that are full of magical power.
Was that a Napoleon Dynamite reference?
Yes.
Kill yourself. You better don't even edit that out in post. I stand by that statement. Napoleon Dynamite joke. I hate that movie.
I love that movie.
I hate it. Yeah, you always told me, you just gotta watch it 8 times for it to become good.
You do, and you have to watch it 3 times in a row, with the last time ending at about 6 o'clock in the morning.
So basically, I need to suffer brain damage before I'm able to really appreciate Napoleon Dynamite. Or sleep deprivation.
Sleep deprivation, yes.
Okay. I don't think there's enough sleep deprivation in the world to make this comic really good.
No.
Like Batman Incorporated. At least they didn't kill anybody off this week.
Oh, I thought they did. I thought they ate Canary Chicken.
What's up with that?
Ate Batman of Japan.
If they ate her. Oh, I guess it was all like in a VR. I didn't understand that. So did you understand the ending of that? Where
she actually ate her.
Huh?
She actually had her fist eat her.
Right.
And then she shoved her little diamond dagger in there. And that took her over because they used her miniaturized cell phones. Because Canary is only 6 inches tall. And dating the human-sized Japanese Batman.
Right, not weird at all.
Right. Which leads to the TARDIS joke that was in there. But yeah, so yeah, that comic was terrible. And then next we had Batman: The Dark Knight,
which was really good. I think you had your reservations about this Mad Hatter storyline. Are you having more fun with it with this comic?
I still wish there was more hat stuff involved. But no, I've been enjoying it. I just
listen, it's better than hulked out Joker, right?
It does finally place the Dark Knight in a time frame I can understand. It did just say this Dark Knight takes place after the death of Robin.
Well, everything takes place after the death of Robin, apparently, so...
But all the Batman comics were up in the air as to what time frame they fell in up until this point, really. And now they're all finally at the same time. Although I still don't know where Justice League falls into that timeline. So,
And don't even try to sort this out. Don't even go down that road. It's a dark road, my friend. Do not do that. But
and you're the one that didn't like all the psychedelic teas,
yeah,
which I never had a problem with.
I didn't like it in. Well, that's what I liked about this comic. There was no really. I mean, he was on the psychedelic tea, but it wasn't like a big thing.
Yeah, it still seems to me like they just stole the storyline from Moloch. But yeah, they snatched up Batman's girlfriend since Batman got Gordon to go on and tell him to stop wearing the hats, and now he doesn't have his cast to play Alice of Wonderland, and then they pitched her out the helicopter onto the bat signal.
Oh man, well I knew she was. I knew she was in for it. I was like,
What are you thinking? Is she dead or
she's
brain damaged so she can't remember?
dead.
I'm thinking dead, but that's a lot of dead to pile on top of Batman.
Well, it's Batman. Uh, Listen, he knows the problem is it never could have worked because they violated the two Batman rules were violated in the Batman comics. First, he told a female about a secret identity and she wasn't already existing superhero.
Oh, so
Um,
it's like mentioning the coordinates of Oa.
right. So basically, this is John Stewart revenge in an omnipotent kind of way. So Batman's secret identity was told. Then he talked about giving up the life for her, and so after that, she's got to go.
Yeah.
She's a threat to the Batman comics. She's got to die, or at least be, in a vegetative state. I'm assuming she survives. Will be the whole, I can't date you, Bruce, because you're Batman, and I get dropped at the bat signals from 500 feet.
I'm assuming glass shard to the hippocampus. No more memory of Batman.
I'm assuming dead. The next time is called like the murderous. What is it called? Like the Rampage of Batman or something. It's got like some kind of Batman angry title.
Yes. Speaking of that,
Foil
uh,
it at the preview for the next issue.
Batman Incorporated last time was when Batman injected himself with uh, the the man bat serum and put on the big biosuit, right? And then he was coming after Talia with their other genetic son, and so this is just some one-off stupid Batman story for Batman Incorporated
Totally
to
forgot about that garbage.
drag it out.
Well, this is the end of Grant Morrison's, run. So I'm assuming it's going to die with him this comic because, Grant Morrison won't let anyone touch that, I'm sure.
No, no. They said that they're bringing in other people to do one-off and miniseries Batman Incorporated in the future. I think the next one's in August. Grant Morrison's done in like June or July. I forget exactly when.
It'll be as good as Beyond Watchmen.
Maybe.
Watchmen, I mean. That's a big maybe, though. That's a big maybe.
All right, so our next comic then, getting away from Batman, was the oversized First Lantern finale, last issue by Jeff Johns of Green Lantern.
Oh, I need a nap.
Parts of it were really good.
And parts of it really weren't.
I
What'd you like?
being that I am not a fan of Green Lantern and have not been reading Green Lantern, it was nice to get this is the story so far from when Jeff Johns started,
Right,
all crammed into about 5 pages.
right.
And I really liked Sinestro was awesome. In every part of this comic, Sinestro was awesome. My favorite thing was when he did his own little lantern mantra there.
Yeah, that's the Yellow Lantern oath.
By Sinestro's might.
Yeah,
Oh, see, I didn't read any of that stuff, so this is the first
that's
time I've seen him as the Yellow Lantern.
Sinestro Corpse oath.
It was just awesome, and then he
Yeah.
totally defeated the First Lantern. I don't know this stuff about Hal Jordan being the savior of everything. I didn't see that.
How about when all the corpse like shot him at once and it was basically useless?
Um, I guess Hal Jordan drained his power so that what's that dude's name? Knock Knock. I can't even remember.
Knock. Just call him Knock Knock.
Well, those Indigo tribe, they speak weird, and they kept saying knock. I can't remember what that dude's name was.
He
Nook
was Knock
Knock.
Prime.
It's what?
Knock Prime. I don't know.
It's not Knock Prime.
Old Knock.
Um, hold on, I'll find it in here.
Old King Knock. It's like Old King Kai. King Knock.
uh, Necron. I wasn't even close.
Talking about, oh, yeah, yeah, that's the Black Lantern thing. Yeah,
Necron saved the day,
yeah,
technically.
the day. Well, Hal Jordan released him. You know, Necron almost destroyed, like, the multiverse. I don't understand, even if he was a Black Lantern, how he was able to just go, like, go back to your cage, Necron, now. That's a good boy.
Well, that's because he was summoned there by the Black Lantern ring, and then when the Green Lantern ring somehow brought Hal Jordan back to life.
Well, we've already established I can bring back the dead with Simon Baz. Kind
Yeah,
of.
but doesn't it require someone willing it? Did Hal Jordan just will himself back to life?
I don't know. I guess so.
Green Lantern ring flies over and goes, "I choose you, Hal Jordan." And suddenly he's no longer Black Lantern, he's a Green Lantern and alive. Um, but I don't know, Sinestro and Atrocitus were awesome in this comic, and both of them,
Put up.
like
Stand aside. We're going to take care of this.
the entire group of blue, yellow, red, orange, whatever, all grouped together, sending their light through uh, Mongo, what's his name?
Little planet. I think he's Mogo.
Mogo. I cannot remember anything at the moment. Nothing, not an effect. And then Sinestro, or not Sinestro, Atrocitus comes through and goes, "That's it, my turn." It grabs the first Lantern by the head. I mean,
Bro, you know,
he,
they talk about how Parallax controlled both Kyle Rayner and
oh, when Sinestro took over Parallax, that was awesome.
you might have been able to control Hal, but I run this show.
And then all the Guardians are like, "We feel fear. This is what fear feels like."
Sinestro.
And then Hal Jordan at the end, he's like, "Why are you even fighting me?" Hal Jordan, Sinestro says to him, "Because I'm trying to save you. I'm going to stop you." And then he says, "Yeah, but they deserved their deaths." "What do you mean deserved? I already killed them. I don't know what you're trying to stop me from doing."
I left one for Atrocitus because he's my bro.
Uh, that was awesome too. That was in the Red Lantern book, right?
He says in that comic they left one for Atrocitus. And then the ending where it turns out the Sinestro let uh, Ganthet and Syed were both saved and get to live happily ever after.
Yes, and now we have new Guardians, the Templar Guardians.
The Templar Guardians.
Yeah, those guys that were trapped in the cell with
Oh, yeah, yeah. They become the right because the whole comic book set in the future. This one, and turns out. So then they have the ending of Jeff Johns' run where he says how everybody ends. Everybody lives a happily ever after life except for Sinestro who disappears. But turns out that he's the bookkeeper for Oa.
yes.
But that was really great. Apparently, Guy Gardner is one of the fiercest warriors of the galaxy with his potbelly. Jon Stewart becomes a senator, building bridges.
Not really shocked that a sociopath would become a senator.
You beat me to it. You beat me to it. And then Hal Jordan gets married to his little sweetheart, gets to have a family. What else? Kyle Rayner's like Space Buddha Jesus and heals people.
Until his spark runs out.
Right.
I don't know what that means.
I'm assuming that's when he exhausts the power of the White Lantern that he was given and dies.
Saint Walker gets married and has a family.
Yep, Saint Walker is a happy camper. And Atrocitus has new focused rage.
Yay for Atrocitus.
He's still angry, and that's his happy ending.
Simon Baz gets to stay as a Green Lantern and trains the first human female Green Lantern.
After the destruction of the Justice League, it says.
After the destruction of the Justice League. So I guess Justice League's going to lose the Trinity War?
I don't know. We'll have to see.
Although, what does the destruction of the Justice League mean?
Right. It's just a huge tease anyway, but that was really cool. And then I enjoyed the Simon Baz wrap up. Some of the endings were good. I mean, Guy Gardner's was of course horrible, but Sinestro's was the best. Then they say like Larfleeze gets his family, but then he still wants more stuff. I can't care about Larfleeze.
Oh, but he's got his own comic starting up where we get to see him get his family back.
Garbage. What else is there? I think he said the Indigo Lantern, Indigo One, could find compassion without having to use the ring.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, that's about it. I think they threw a throwaway reference to the Violet Lanterns. See the Yellow Lanterns just go and disappear with Acrylo. So yeah, that's about it. And so that's next. Green Lantern, New Guardians.
Oh, then you forgot the, let me count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, I get it. It's funny. 8, 9 pages of congratulations, Jeff Johns. One for each color of the tribes. I didn't realize that when I flipped through. Well, because I didn't read those. I just flipped through them. But yeah, so Green Lantern wasn't bad. I enjoyed parts of it. Parts of it are my usual disgust for the Green Lantern universe, but
All in all, it was a good wrap up. They did a better job than Doctor Who. Oh, oh,
we don't talk about Doctor Who here. This is about comics.
sorry, sorry, sorry,
Um,
sorry,
sorry.
sorry. Don't talk about that here either.
That's right. So then our next comic would be Green Lantern New Guardians, or how Saint Walker lets Kyle Rayner meet his estranged father.
This week on Dr. Phil.
They even called him Dr. Phil in the comic.
This was one of the most boring comics. It was all like, I mean, I understand the point of this. This is his whole, let's do an introspective issue of Kyle Rayner, dissecting his character and how he feels about the aftermath of these amazing crossover events that have shaken his world.
Well, it wasn't even. It
Recap
wasn't even.
his 3 issues.
It wasn't even that. It was Kyle Rayner on Earth, and then Saint Walker shows up and goes, so how do you feel now? Because, you got all this power, and you failed at what you were trying to do, and now you don't have a purpose. Let's talk it out. And I'm like, he wasn't even thinking any of that until you showed up, Saint Walker. Thanks.
So what we're gonna do? Let's just have him fly around and use those powers to, fill space while we have all our speech bubbles.
Yes.
Yeah, it was a snore fest. They 3/4 of that comic was just recapping things that happened in the last 3 issues.
Come on, have a heart. He met his estranged father at the end of it.
Oh, wow. Sorry. I'm sorry. They even really like make that. I mean that is a big character thing for him. Well, that wasn't even a point in this entire.
Was it? I didn't even know he was estranged from his father until this comic.
I think in the very first issue they throw a pass away mention to it.
Oh, no,
as a
wait.
story, but it literally hasn't come up in 2 years
Yes.
until First Lantern, messes with his brain, and then suddenly he has to deal with that now. Yeah, it was boring.
Yeah.
Next.
Next was Prologue to the Trinity War, Chapter 2, Justice League.
Martian Manhunter was awesome.
Martian Manhunter was awesome.
So this one was following Element Girl, Firestorm, Atom, and I think that was it because the other team were out doing stuff, dealing with the whole Batman's ring got stolen of Kryptonite. And so was it, Calypso shows up, and it turns out that
Despero.
Despero, that's right, shows up, and it turns out he's really over.
He showed up last time.
Huh?
He showed up last comic.
Yeah, but he's there and he's kicking butt, and they're failing until the Martian Manhunter comes out because Element Girl said his name and it's her head, and he's like Beetlejuice, and he just appears when you say his name apparently.
I love that he's on the station and Despero's fighting him, and you see the speech bubble come out from the hallway. Despero. And then he's just like stops and looks, and then he's like, "We fought before, and you struggled to defeat me. Yeah, last time I was a member of the Justice League, and I follow their rules. This time, no bars."
I fried every synapse in his brain. It'll take a couple weeks to recover from that one. That's great. Um, and it turns out the big reveal is that the Atom uh, is working for Justice League America.
You mean Amanda Waller?
Of course, all roads lead back to Amanda Waller.
She's gonna turn out to be Darkseid.
I don't know. I haven't seen her sit on a couch, so
That's true, but she was sitting in a chair.
that's right. She's the real She's Darkseid's real daughter.
It was mediocre. I don't like Firestorm. He's too, I don't know. He never seems to follow what I would expect for the appropriate character.
This was the flesh out issue for Element Girl. How'd you feel about Element Girl?
Um, I don't know. She's like a cartoony version of a superhero shoved into a superhero's comic.
Yeah, we'll have to see how she develops.
Well, she's supposed to be unstable mentally.
Right.
She can form any element that is found in the human body, but not make herself look like a human.
Right.
Which I would think if I could form any element in the human body, I would be able to form human skin.
Right.
But apparently not.
That's her usual MO for powers.
Although maybe she's just too crazy to figure out how to do it.
Yeah, maybe she can take some lessons from Firestorm. I'm good at transmuting things. Quickly, what's the strongest substance you can think of? Titanium? Yes.
Yeah, those two, I tell you.
Yes.
That jock kid has been in charge for too many comics now. They need to put the smart kid back in charge.
Let's see here. Oh, there was a great backup though.
Oh yeah, the Shazam backup was awesome.
Yes, it was. Turns out that the little kid that Billy Batson thought was Black Adam, yeah, he was killed by his uncle.
Yeah.
And so it's the uncle who's Black Adam, and he's got all of Billy's friends now. And he's like, submit or they all die. What a nice cliffhanger.
Yeah, I think next comic is supposed to be the last of the Shazam story.
Okay.
So, it's been really good.
Yes, it
I
has.
know you were a little leery when it started, but I've enjoyed it.
He's still Captain Marvel. It's a different, I'm still not a big fan of the costume change. But, the changes, they made it darker, which,
This is my Shazam. A vague idea of Captain Marvel. That one comic that's set in the future where him and Superman fight over Wonder Woman.
oh gosh.
And then the Goofy Kid one that's in the now canceled Young Justice.
My Captain Marvel is Justice League Unlimited, Young Justice, and I've read actually a ton of Captain Marvel comics. So I'm a big fan of the character. The truest incarnation of him, in my opinion, at least, early Captain Marvel, which was Young Justice, was really good. And so I enjoy the goofiness of Captain Marvel. And I guess that's just, it's a different stroke for different people, This is definitely a darker Captain Marvel comic. Billy Batson's a little bit of a darker character. Maybe they could say that's a little bit more realistic, but... Oh, and the Captain Marvel, don't forget the Captain Marvel Superman short. Did you ever watch that one? The animated thing?
I think so.
It's on Netflix if you haven't.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I have.
So, yeah, it's pretty good. If you have Netflix, I recommend it.
Oh, and I saw the Shazam movie.
That was it.
Oh.
Yeah. With
I don't
Superman.
remember Superman being in it.
Is it like his origin story? He fights Black Adam?
Yeah.
Superman's in that, man.
Oh, I don't remember. Told you, my brain's fuzzy.
Man. Okay, what's next?
Justice League Dark, Horror City Part 2.
I love Justice League Dark. I love Justice League Dark.
I love Justice League Dark. I love the humor and the amazing action and the sheer amount of arrogance that every member of the team has toward each other.
Uh,
I love that Frankenstein is cutting down blood golems of Constantine and says, "Curiously satisfying cutting you down, Constantine."
I love how they discuss leaving Constantine behind while they try to solve the problem, and he tells them to stop having their tantrum.
Yes. I like that they saved him. He's like, "No, I almost had it.
Come
I
on,
didn't need you.
fall back at me.
One of these days, we're going to put that to the test, Constantine." Sure thing, Francis.
uh, they made Flash a likable character.
I really liked Flash in this comic. I love Constantine calling him Long Johns.
Flash was great in this comic. Way better in his actual comic. So yeah, it was. It turns out Dr. Destiny of this universe is the forgotten son of Madame Xanadu. Uh,
Maybe.
huh?
Maybe.
Maybe we'll have to see. I guess you're right. Really good overall. Really funny. Really.
Very funny.
Next.
I was trying to think if there was anything else in there. I liked when they're like, the House of Mystery can be anywhere and inside anything. And Flash is like, all right, I'll be right back. And they're like, does he think he's going to find it? And then he comes right back. Yeah, it's in this penthouse on the 900th Street.
Huh, you're really useful.
Next was Red Lanterns.
I enjoyed Red Lanterns,
I
except
liked half of Red Lanterns.
huh?
I liked half of Red Lanterns.
The Atrocitus part of Red Lanterns was amazing as usual. The human,
Yes.
not so much.
So you got Atrocitus hunting down, well, not hunting down. You got Atrocitus batting around the last Guardian like a mouse in front of a cat. Until he finally gets so disgusted with him, he just kills him.
And now his rage has been focused in a new way.
And that was awesome. And I liked when Atrocitus comes back to the planet at the end, and his people are arguing over who should be leader. And then the one guy just starts crying, and he's like, "I didn't even touch you. Why are you crying?"
Like, well, does anyone want the crown? Nope, you can have it. All right, then. Let's get back to work.
And so for yet another comic since Rancor was created, it's been Rancor crying about being a Red Lantern.
Yep. And now he's finally accepted the fact that he's a Red Lantern, I think.
No, he's still in the middle of a temper tantrum.
But yeah, overall it was really good. Satisfying. I'm excited to see what's next for the Red Lanterns.
Half
Oh,
of it.
am I allowed to spoil the next issue because I read the little solicit for it?
No, I didn't read it.
Oh, so I can't spoil it?
I don't want to be spoiled.
Well, it's not really spoil. It's
All
gonna
right, say it.
Guy Gardner becomes a Red Lantern again.
Ah, seriously?
Seriously. And then here we spoil the issue after that. It says, turns out the reason why Guy Gardner became a Red Lantern was to go deep undercover. He used to be a Red Lantern at one point.
Right, I know. Atrocitus said in the Green Lantern comic, once a Red Lantern, always a Red Lantern.
I love that. Guy Gardner, it's a guy like a gun to his head. You better stand down or I'm going to kill you. All right. What? Yeah, once a Red Lantern, always a Red Lantern. I'll follow that. Makes sense to me. We'll join you.
I hate Guy Gardner.
I know. The hatred is mine as well. So, yeah, good comic. What's next?
Next is Superman.
Wait, you mean the Wonder Woman crossover?
Yeah, I mean Superman and Orion fighting for no reason, and then Wonder Woman showing up, and then having a idiot love triangle, and then Hector Hammond getting sent back to his body, and that's pretty much the whole comic.
Thinking about this comic makes me angry.
I know. I don't really want to talk about it. It was bad.
I'll be honest with you, I really don't want to talk about it either.
All right, we're done with it then. The next comic was
Garbage.
not
Hey,
really much better than Superman. It was Talon.
I don't want to talk about this comic either.
Well, I at least got. You know what? I forgot. There was one thing in Superman we should talk about. Somehow Superman is seeing alternate realities now.
Yeah, right. I was about to say, at the very end, it turns out there's a Lana Lang universe.
Two versions of her
I,
on that last page.
yeah, what? I don't know what that was all about.
And he was married to her at the beginning, and his parents were visiting them in some kind of bright and shiny metropolis.
I have no idea. I don't know. It was worthless. Okay. Oh, Orion's a moron. God, is he a moron?
Uh,
Yeah, the magical prophecy wall said that you're going to destroy the universe, so I came down here to punch you to death. What? Yeah, that's how I do things. Uh,
uh, which comic had the? I didn't write down notes for it. Which comic had the Batman Gambit room?
oh, we skipped that. That was in Justice League.
Somebody's got a shard of kryptonite.
Yeah, so, yeah, we got to talk about that real quick. The Batman Gambit room, no. Was it in Justice League?
Yes, because Adam shrunk down
Right, to see it, right.
to, to
So,
look at the kryptonite ring apparently that Superman made and gave to Batman.
yeah, so Batman, so he shows him the secret room
Pretty
of,
sure that was an engagement ring.
yeah, the kryptonite ring that Superman gave him to find a cure and stop him if necessary. It turns out that Wonder Woman has no contingency plan. It's only Superman, and that's the big deal. It's Superman's the contingency plan. He's also the contingency plan for Batman, and Batman gives him the Batman box.
Couldn't you just hunt down all her worshippers?
No, because technically she's a demi. So, and the bracelets are to hide her godhood, so, apparently. So,
Stake of Holly then?
I don't think it works like that.
Hemlock, Holly. I can't remember which one it is.
I don't think it works like, are you thinking of the supernatural, what kills them?
Yes.
Oh, I think it was Holly. Something like that. You're thinking of, I remember that. You're thinking of the one with the pagan gods, aren't you?
Yes.
Good episode.
Need Artemis to come shoot her.
I'm assuming that you could kill Wonder Woman. How would you kill Wonder Woman? Oh, I know what. I know how you kill her. It's very easy. You cancel her soap opera.
All right. So yeah, that was really the only big thing was that. But I was thinking about the green kryptonite shard that somebody's got now.
Right.
Um, yeah. So then we had Talon. Talon was the getting to the tail end of this story maybe where the guy he was working for turned out to be the big Talon who got deposed.
That actually recruited him, and he was his enemy all along. And now the Talent organization has lost a ton of stuff and has this little sort of girlfriend and her
Computer
daughter.
computer chick and her daughter get kidnapped and tortured
And now he is an undead Talon who has to work
again,
for the Court of Owls again, or else they die.
and he has to go after Strix.
Yep.
And that was the whole comic.
Yep.
Yep.
And it
All
was
right.
boring.
It was boring, but I have not liked the Talon comic since issue 1.
I liked the Talon comic in issue 1.
This
It had a lot.
this comic was almost okay if it wasn't for the main character. I've said it before, not maybe here, but I've said it before. This is a lot like that Cape series they used to have.
Yep. Yep.
Everything around it is awesome, but the main character sucks.
God, I like the Cape too, except for the main character.
Yes. And then next we had Teen Titans.
This was a great comic.
I could have done without the length of the Trigon monologue.
Well, apparently he's got a case of the dark sides, so
But I believe this officially puts Raven on the Teen Titans team.
right, as a
So
quad person.
I was really happy with that because Raven's one of my favorite Teen Titans.
Raven's a great
Although, what do I really know about the Teen Titans other than the old Teen Titans cartoon?
I read a couple of the old Teen Titan comics. What was I going to say, though? What else? There were some other interesting parts.
Then her brothers show up at the end.
Yeah, the fight scenes were pretty good. I kind of enjoy. I mean, the monologue did go on long, but it was good to finally see, who Trigon is in this universe and what he does, and that interrelationship. So it fleshed out a lot. This got a lot of that backstory out of the way that was necessary.
It wasn't unreadable. I'm just saying it went on a
It's not a tad long though.
little too long there. When he was sitting there talking about all the worlds and all the destruction and all the worlds and all the destruction and all the worlds and all the destruction.
Yeah, I did enjoy his whole. This is my daughter fighting with me, and
That part, yes.
no,
But it was the 4 pages of all the world and all the destruction I've done before I had a daughter.
it was the very beginning of the monologue where he had to establish that I am Trigon. You know what it reminded me of? You know who he reminds me of? Aku. Like Aku from Samurai Jack. Really referenced a lot of different things this week. Uh, but he's kind of like Aku. But beginning, how about this? Does this sound familiar? And does this work with this comic? Long ago in a distant land,
Yeah.
Aku,
Um,
shifting master of darkness.
but, what was really funny to me was that the cover and title for this comic had nothing to do with the comic.
Yeah, it had like Dark Side, Red Robin.
Red Robin Reborn.
It had nothing to do with Red Robin.
What? He had like 2 scenes.
Fake outs.
All right. And then next we had the Flash.
Boring. What's worthwhile to say? He realizes he thinks Reverse Flash is Kid Flash. They're gonna meet up and fight. What else is there? He works a crummier job now. Iris maybe has a boyfriend. That's it.
Weird camera ball that lets him see.
Lets you see camera stuff with the Speed Force. That's about it, huh?
That's really it. Oh, he's gonna go meet
I said that.
Irene's parents.
Oh, yeah, I guess.
Was that her name, Irene?
I think so.
We'll pretend it is.
Oh, do we care enough?
No, at least it wasn't in the bar with all the other Flash bad guys sitting around drinking with him.
I kind of like that. Next comic.
Since we started doing this, I've been reading the comics in alphabetical order because we talk about them in alphabetical order. And I really got to say, it really went downhill after I hit Teen Titans. Next is the Fury of Firestorm.
Right. That was another garbage comic.
Last one.
It's the last one. Thank you, God.
We had Firestorm and Major Force fighting against the fantastic ice, water, fire, and somehow buffalo-headed shaman on the team.
Convenience to take him over to Justice League for plot convenience.
Yeah, and then I don't even know why they had their parents. I forgot, but
The one guy kidnapped him, and he's a mysterious bad guy.
right. But I forget why they even wanted their parents.
Who's been dead for 2 years is suddenly back now, and he's been alive the whole time, secretly in hiding.
Right. The Dr. Stein.
Yes, but which Superman apparently knew about because Superman.
Yeah.
That's because he's the smartest guy on the face of the earth. So.
Right. And I'd like to point out that Superman showed his amazing truth, justice, and American way Boy Scout hoodism when he flicked Major Force away from him because Major Force was standing too close.
Right. Show his dominance, and then he grabbed Firestorm and said, "We're leaving. Try to stop me."
You and your smoke can get out of my face.
Yeah, it was boring. It was.
Yes. Actually, that comic's been boring since issue number 1.
Well, comic were.
I'm sorry, Gail Simone, but I did not like Fury of Firestorm.
Started though. I mean, I think
She wrote part of it, and I didn't like any of it.
times. But I can't believe this comic took so long to get canceled. So
20 issues.
hey, want me to remind you something? Captain Atom didn't make it past 8, if I remember right.
Captain Atom was amazing.
Captain Atom was amazing.
Then we got the new comic, The Green Team.
So Firestorm got him killed.
What?
Remember how that Firestorm comic with Captain...
Oh, yeah, for Captain Atom, yeah. Not killed, split across the time stream.
Yeah.
He popped up in
Did he?
Legion of Superheroes, maybe.
Really?
Lost Legion,
Legion Lost? Yeah, maybe he did.
but it was in the 31st century.
I think so. All right, what's next?
Well, like I said, the new comic, The Green Team.
Well, I could say it wasn't as bad as Fury of Firestorm.
Maybe it has potential. I'm gonna go out on a limb here.
Oh, you're gonna pull a Talon here, are you?
I never said Talon was gonna be good.
That's what I said. That's what I
I
said about Talon.
I know, but I can see potential for this. Rich kids who are tired of being expected to earn money for earning money's sake, who want to use their wealth to do good things.
They're gonna. I get that again. I will acknowledge that the premise has potential.
I mean, it's the root form of Green Arrow, but
Right, but the execution of this comic,
I thought it was a little fun.
it just didn't sell me.
I think it showed potential.
I'll give you it has some potential in the premise, but
It wasn't terrible.
no, but it wasn't very good.
It wasn't good, and it drug on.
But it
But
was terrible.
I did kind of like the end of it.
The bad guy was kind of fun.
I liked when the kid grabbed the laser.
Well, it's lasers. Uh,
And I liked the green slap-on suit. I don't know what that thing was, but it was very Japanese.
more Japanese than Batman Incorporated.
More Japanese than Batman Incorporated. It was like Power Ranger.
Yeah, it was. So we come to the last comic.
Ugh.
The last comic for the last comic.
I
So,
miss you.
Hawkman. But like Fury of Firestorm, he's going to live on in a Justice League incarnation.
I miss you, pre-what's-his-face, Savage Hawkman.
I think they're trying to establish that Carter Hall was just this fake kind of like amnesiac persona, and Kotar Hall was always the true Hawkman, and now he's that again, and now
I
he talks.
so much prefer channeling Egyptian warrior Hawkman to
So,
Thanagarian Hawkman.
so apparently he, climbed out of the pit, Dark Knight Rises style, uh, metamorphosed into Super Saiyan Hawkman.
No. He went into a cocoon.
Yes, he did.
That was weird.
It was. He came out a beautiful butterfly. Uh,
No, he didn't. He came out a Thundercat.
he did. Actually, that was a Thundercat outfit, wasn't it?
He basically had the Thundercat symbol on his chest.
And apparently, when you have no personality, it means you talk like a military robot.
Now, when he came out of the cocoon, he looked like a Thundercat. But at the last page of the comic, when he landed with the Justice League,
Normal. He gave a line that said that was his battle suit mode, and they wouldn't be seeing it much more.
I can't stand the crossed bandoliers, hairy naked chest Hawkman.
The slightly out of place at a BDSM club. I'm sorry, but it's the truth. Truth.
Put on a shirt, Hawkman.
Hawkman, stop gyrating. Stop it right now.
But it was
Relationship with Static Shock so much more now. Okay, I'm done.
I actually kind of enjoyed the Blockbuster storyline.
Well, they had to wrap it up super quick because it got canceled. I love how this whole storyline was supposed to revolve around his relationship with her and her father. And at the end, he's just like, I'm bailing. See you later.
Yes.
I have to go to Justice League America.
Yes.
And that was the comics.
Why didn't Captain Atom get to join Justice League of America?
Because Amanda Waller.
you were showing up Firestorm, so we're going to obliterate you from the time stream.
So Amanda Waller can't have him on the team.
Because you have the same exact powers, only you do it better.
Uh,
All right, best and worst.
Best comic this week was probably Justice League Dark.
It was Justice League Dark for me.
Yeah. Worst honorable mention though to what else did I really enjoy? Honorable mention to Aquaman, considering how good it was without Aquaman.
Did you say worst honorable mention?
No. Just I had to give an honorable mention to Aquaman,
I
which
believe
was
you had the worst in there, so...
sorry, I didn't mean to say that. Um, Honorable mention to Aquaman for being an amazing comic even without Aquaman.
Yes.
That's a testament to the power of the creative team behind that comic.
And Teen Titans.
Oh yeah, Teen Titans too. Honorable
And
mention.
All-Star Western.
All-Star Western.
But Justice League Dark was definitely my favorite.
Worst comic this week. There was a
Batman
lot.
Incorporated.
Really?
Oh yeah. Hated it. Terrible.
Superman made me more angry than Batman.
Oh wait, yeah, I forgot about Superman. Let me weigh that in my head. Batman Incorporated.
I was gonna say you were like out the gate with Batman Incorporated. I was gonna be shocked if you changed your mind.
Oh, it was bad.
I acknowledge, but I think I acknowledge the horribleness that is Batman Incorporated.
No, it was revoltingly bad to me.
It was like, hey, remember that stupid storyline we've been doing? And now for something completely different. Non-Asian Asians.
I think about Batman Incorporated, and then I think about Batgirl, Batman, Batwoman, Batman and Robin, Batman the Dark Knight,
Red Hood.
Red Hood. Although, it's probably not that far behind Nightwing.
Yeah, that's true.
Honorable mention, though, goes to Superman, always to Superman. Don't know what's wrong with Superman, not getting any better Superman.
Getting worse, in my opinion, Superman.
And you could probably toss Talon in there, too.
Oh, Talon doesn't really make me angry. It just bores me to tears. I think we need to incorporate a most boring comic award this week. And we gotta give that to Green Lantern Corps. New Guardians.
He did stuff, though. The Flash didn't do anything.
I'm just giving it to all three of them. We're done.
All right, so best comic was unanimous, Justice League Dark. Worst comic was Batman Incorporated and Superman.
Yep. So, this was a rather disappointing week. There was a lot of awesome, but there was a lot of garbage.
Yeah.
And usually the fourth week of the month is really good, but next week we have some annuals. Those are going to be good.
Well, you
There's
hope
2
they'll be good.
this week.
Let me look.
We have an Earth 2 annual next week.
Oh, yeah. Earth
That's all
2.
I need to say. That's how I know it's going to be amazing. A
I
week.
love Earth 2.
Get a new Earth 2 comic. That's going to be great.
They need to hurry up and come out with their Earth 2 spin-off that they promised.
Yes, they do.
I'm
Right.
having issues here trying to find the next week's comics.
All right, we're going to give up on that then. And
I found it. Give me a second here. We got the Batman the Dark Knight annual,
good.
Catwoman annual,
Mm-hmm.
Earth 2 annual, Red Hood and the Outlaws annual, and that's it.
I'm just excited for that Earth 2 annual. So
There's also this Adventures of Superman, which is like a...
that's an online thing. Isn't that the Orson Scott Card thing, which had that whole controversy because of the...
No, we talked about this before. This is the... my brain is not working.
It's the online only?
No, this is the one that's all the different stories.
Okay.
What is that called?
Anthology?
An anthology. All I could think of was annual, and I knew that wasn't it. It's an all-new series starring Superman, and written by some of comics' finest talents. Witness Superman's first encounter with the work of Lex Luthor, Bizarro, Superman versus Brainiac. That's the 3 stories mentioned. So yeah,
Should be good. Hopefully.
maybe, I don't know. I'm not a big Superman fan either.
Well, if it's good like Action Comics, it'll be great.
I hate to say that because it makes me sound like a Batman fanboy, but I probably am.
We are Batman fanboys, but at the same time, we can appreciate things that aren't Batman. And I mean, is there any Superman that you enjoy?
Action Comics.
I mean, like before Action Comics, even.
Uh, Action Comics #1 when he threw that dude off the roof.
Right, but I mean in other media. Like I like Superman the animated series.
Oh, I've never seen Superman the animated series.
What about in Justice League? Did you enjoy him in Justice League Unlimited?
No,
I didn't mind him.
I always find him to be too arrogant.
Well, not many people can write well for him. That's the problem.
He always comes across to me as
Oh, and Batman doesn't.
but Batman's a man, and Superman's like, I'm not human, so I know what's best for the entire planet.
Well, he is the smartest person.
Right. And he holds off curing cancer until he's about to die. Way to go. Way to go, Superman, helping the human race.
All right, then. So I think we'll end it here on that stuff.
All right. So I guess like it if you like it. Subscribe to catch the next one.
Oh, this week I support. What was it that I was talking about earlier that I supported?
I don't even remember.
It was like an hour ago.
Wow.
What did I support? It was something that's coming out or something like that that I said I supported. Whatever I said an hour ago, that's what I'm supporting this week.
I support the new Superman movie and peanut butter M&Ms.
I support the new Superman movie. That Kneel Before Zod trailer.
Mm.
That's the last trailer before the movie comes out. I have a lot of hope. See, this is gonna be Superman done right. So,
You know, I like the Christopher Reeves Superman movies. All right, we'll see you next week.
see you next week. Bye.